Analysis of organizational ecosystem. The organizational ecosystem refers to the network of organizations, stakeholders, and environmental forces that interact with and influence a business. These participants include customers, suppliers, competitors, regulators, governments, and other institutions that collectively shape the environment in which the organization operates. Understanding the ecosystem is essential for effective strategy formulation because an organization cannot develop strategy in isolation. Instead, it must consider how external actors affect its ability to compete and create value. Strategic decisions must therefore align the organization's activities with the opportunities and constraints present within the ecosystem. A comprehensive ecosystem analysis helps organizations anticipate changes and identify how different participants influence strategic success. Environmental analysis helps organizations identify opportunities and threats arising from external conditions within the ecosystem. Through structured frameworks such as pestle analysis and Porter's five forces model, managers can evaluate political, economic, technological, and competitive factors affecting the organization. This analysis provides insight into market dynamics, the behavior of competitors, and evolving industry conditions. By understanding these drivers of change, organizations can anticipate potential risks and adapt strategies accordingly. Environmental analysis also highlights areas for growth and innovation, enabling organizations to exploit emerging opportunities. As markets become more global and volatile, continuous ecosystem analysis becomes increasingly important for sustaining long-term competitive advantage. Internal analysis complements external ecosystem analysis by evaluating the organization's resources, competences, and capabilities. This process examines the firm's internal strengths and weaknesses, such as financial resources, human capital, management expertise, and operational processes. Tools like resource audits and value chain analysis help organizations identify their core competences and determine whether they possess the capabilities needed to implement strategic options successfully. Without this understanding, a strategy may be chosen that the organization cannot realistically deliver. Internal analysis therefore ensures that strategic choices align with organizational capabilities and support the creation of sustainable value within the wider ecosystem. The ultimate purpose of analyzing the organizational ecosystem is to ensure that strategy aligns with both external conditions and internal capabilities. Strategic decisions must match the organization's resources with opportunities and threats in the environment while also satisfying stakeholder expectations. For example, organizations must consider customer needs, regulatory requirements, and competitive pressures when designing strategy. By analyzing the ecosystem holistically, management can identify strategic priorities, recognize areas requiring investment or change, and develop strategies that achieve sustainable competitive advantage. This integrated analysis forms the foundation for subsequent stages of the strategy process, including generating options and making strategic choices. Generating strategic options. Generating strategic options involves identifying possible strategic directions that an organization could pursue to achieve its objectives. After analyzing the organizational ecosystem and internal capabilities, managers must explore different ways of responding to opportunities and challenges. Strategic options may involve entering new markets, developing new products, improving operational efficiency, or forming partnerships. These options must be consistent with the organization's mission, vision, and core values. The generation of options should encourage creativity and broad thinking to avoid limiting the organization to a narrow set of alternatives. By considering multiple strategic possibilities, managers increase the likelihood of identifying innovative strategies that create long-term competitive advantage. Strategic options should be developed in alignment with the organization's purpose, vision, and values. The mission defines the organization's fundamental purpose, while the vision describes the desired future state the organization aims to achieve. Values guide the behaviors and principles that shape strategic decisions. When generating options, managers must ensure that potential strategies support these foundational elements. This alignment ensures consistency between long-term organizational goals and day-to-day strategic actions. If a proposed strategy conflicts with the organization's mission or values, it may undermine stakeholder trust or organizational culture. Therefore, mission and vision provide a framework that guides the development and evaluation of strategic options. The process of generating strategic options often involves analyzing key strategic questions about the organization's future direction. These questions typically relate to where the organization should compete, how it should compete, and what resources it needs to succeed. Managers may use tools such as scenario planning, portfolio analysis, or market growth frameworks to identify possible strategic paths. The aim is to develop realistic options that reflect both environmental conditions and organizational capabilities. Generating options also requires collaboration across different levels of the organization to ensure diverse perspectives are considered. This collaborative process improves the quality of strategic thinking and broadens the range of potential strategic alternatives. Effective option generation recognizes that there is rarely a single correct strategy for an organization. Instead, managers should identify multiple strategic alternatives and analyze the potential outcomes associated with each. Different options may involve varying levels of risk, investment, and expected return. By evaluating several alternatives, organizations can compare potential strategies and select the one most likely to achieve their objectives. This approach encourages flexible thinking and prepares the organization to adapt if circumstances change. Ultimately, the generation of strategic options creates the foundation for the next stage of the strategy process, evaluating and selecting the most appropriate strategy.